of you are aiming mindlessly into the NCERT of your class 9th, of your class 10th, whichever class you are in. But you open NCERT, you read anything and you close it and you feel entitled and you feel like you have done something. Let's be honest, you have done something, it's not nothing, but is it something towards the goal that you are aiming to? Is it going to be helpful in your class tests? Is it going to be helpful in your monthly tests? Maybe on some level, but if you want to be a topper, if you want to score 95% in your class 9th, in your class boards especially, then beta, aimless is not what we are striving towards. Okay, we are here to build the right approach, to study in such a way that makes our goal very clear, that more than that, that makes our path to reach that goal even clearer. Okay, so today beta, I'm your Aditi Ma'am, and in this video I am going to tell you the exact roadmap, you can say the exact timetable to study science in the right way, in the right approach, and to tell you how this is exactly done. Because beta, first of all, I just want to tell you that you are not alone. You are new to these classes, you are new to this new era of science, new books of science, okay? And it can be very frustrating, it can be too much at times without the right approach, without the right direction. Okay, so that direction, that approach I will provide you today, and we all will be together and move towards our own goal. And make sure in mind that you are not alone, so you don't have to feel like a dumb person that you don't know anything. It's completely normal. I was like this as well, okay? But through the years, gradually I learned and it landed us to this video. So today beta, we are going to talk about the weekly science routine that you need to crack the code for your class 9th as well as class 10th. Now, starting on Sunday, that day maybe you can relax, maybe you can give towards your goal. That's your choice. Okay, starting from Monday. Now, first Monday I have given this to science. Okay, the first Monday I have given to science, I have given to physics. Now, why physics beta? Because physics can be very intriguing. Okay, physics can get on your nerves, the numericals, the diagrams, the ray diagrams especially, the concepts can be a lot, right? So we started with a fresh start, fresh mind, fresh willpower. On Monday beta, that is our concept building day. Okay, so what you are going to do on Monday is start from zero and you read the chapter NCERT. Even if you have read it before, okay, just go through the NCERT carefully. See, if you have read it before, you might have underlined keywords, you might have underlined important notes. So make sure you go through those again and you read the chapter, you read the keyword, the questions and the notes you must have made very, very clearly. Okay, then you think you have some doubts, you can go watch the videos. There are all the videos of the first chapters, first two chapters are almost uploaded on our channel. So go watch the video from Deeksha Vedantu YouTube channel. Okay, and if you are new to the channel beta, subscribe to the channel because we are here to hold your hand through this battle of class 10th boards journey. Okay. Next beta, understand the key formulas. Now one of the most important thing in physics beta is formulas, is numericals. How do you reach numericals? Through the bridge of formulas. Okay, you understand the formula, how that formula is even working, how that formula is even being used, why that formula used, how that they came up to this formula is a different thing when you go in depth of physics, right? But for now, just understand how this formula is working, understand the concept behind that formula. Okay, then only it will be engraved in your mind. Done. Next beta, make short notes revisions. Again, I am starting this and I will tell you till the end of the year to make a formula sheet, paste it on your wall where you study. If you study by laying down on your bed, paste it on your roof, I don't care. Paste it in front of your eyes where it's easily visible, where you read it again and again, where you say you are going to kitchen to have some snacks. Oh, 1 by F equals to 1 by V plus 1 by U is the merit formula. Great. Now you will read that, see that again and again. It will be engraved in your brain. Just like you can post sticky notes, you can post a formula sheet, okay? Make sure to do that. Okay, now that's your first physics day. You give 30 minutes or not even that, beta, 20 to 30 minutes to science in the starting. Okay, in the starting, I'm making it very clear, in the starting 20 to 30 minutes, or if you are feeling crazy, maybe 1 hour if you really want to be in the top 1%. Okay, then this is your task for the first day. Okay, then beta, moving on to Tuesday, we have chemistry. Now, why chemistry? See, physics took a lot of your energy. Now, chemistry is something, see, I think at this level, at your level, chemistry is more about learning than understanding. Why do I say that? I say that you have to learn the important chemical reactions. Okay, maybe you won't understand the reason behind them. There is reason. Okay, but at this level, we don't want to bombard you with electrons, molecular orbital theory, and so many things that exist, right? So you have to sometimes cram a little bit of the equations, right? So that's for Tuesday, to bring down a little bit, and you see it chemistry in such a way, okay, maybe I won't understand this chemical reaction right now, but I trust my teacher, I trust the scientist that made this chemical reaction, and I will learn it for now, and I know if I choose science in +1 +2, I will understand it later. So I'm building the base right now, and of course it's always helpful in your exams. Okay, so we are going to revise the important reactions, then we are going to revise the balanced equations. Again, there is a video on the channel, video on Deeksha Vedantu channel. Go watch that. I have made with clear instructions, with practice, how to balance the chemical equations. Okay, before that, if you don't know how to write chemical formulas, video is also there. Then beta, practice the numericals. This is what you have to give a little bit of time. Tuesday, you revise the important reactions for, let's say, 15 minutes, and you balance it through it. Okay, beta, next 30 minutes or 20 to 30 minutes is for your numericals. You write it, and the numericals include these reaction ones as well, balancing them, and then your mass by mass percentages, right, and all other numericals that you will encounter, all the questions that you have seen in your book. Okay, so made that. And very important, in chemistry, beta, we call something called exceptions, right? Now we just have it, we can't do anything about it. That's how the metals and the chemicals around us behave. So highlight these. You paste a sticky note in that book and highlight these chemical equations. Okay, these are different, I need to remember that. Okay, what I used to do, like, this is the page, right? And I think this thing is very important, it can come in exam, so I have to highlight it. So I fold that page and I write MR, that means must read. Okay, so you can do that. You can paste a sticky note if you have ones, so that will make it easier and very neat and very easy to understand later when you come back to it. Okay, then beta, moving on to third day. Now it is biology. Finally, beta, biology is all about theory and diagrams. We all know that, we are all aware of that, right? So what you have to do, you have to focus on diagrams and their labeling. Very important. Without labeling, your diagrams are of no use. Okay, so make sure you focus on labeling the diagrams as much, and they should be very neat and clean. I have explained many times how to label the diagram, how to make it clean and easy to understand for your teachers. It should be easy to check for your teachers, right? Then beta, learn important keywords. Very important in biology: the name of the cell wall, the life processes, the digestion, what is happening in the teeth is doing mechanical chewing. So that mechanical chewing word is very important, right? Oral digestion is very important, egestion and all those things, excretion, egestion, the difference, very important, right? So you have to remember all these small words. Done. So learn the important keywords, and again you can make a summary sheet. You can make a summary sheet for that, and again paste it where? Paste it wherever you want, maybe on your roof. Okay, then beta, read NCERT line by line. Now yes, I told you that for physics, chemistry, you have to read NCERT, you have to go through it. But for biology, read NCERT line by line, because line by line here is very important, because bio, it's all about theory and NCERT is theory. So you have to read it line by line. Done. Then beta, practice labeling diagrams. Again, you can see how important diagrams are. You draw them, you practice them again and again and again. That's called practice. Okay, and practice makes a man perfect. Then ma'am, I'll practice. Why do I need this exact model? Because practice in the wrong direction can make a man normal to imperfect. Okay, so practice in the right direction actually makes a man perfect. Okay, done. Next beta, we have day 4th. Now since we are done with physics, chemistry and biology, we are finally moving on to the day where we take everything in. Now again, let's say now you study for 1 to 1.5 hours a day. That you have to do even if you chose the 30-minute or 1 minute slot, 1 hour slot, okay, in the first thing every day. Now this is very compulsory. What you do, you have to revise the physics concepts plus write down all the important formulas. You have to not revise them, you have to write them down. Very, very necessary. Okay, then beta, revise chemistry reactions. Again, write them down, don't just read them through. Okay, NaCl plus HCl gives NaOH, NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O. Yes, you remember that. I remember that because I have written them down endlessly, n number of times that I don't even remember. Okay, as my chemistry teacher was there, like he used to say that how many times do you write the chemical equations? Okay, how many times do you practice chemical reactions and equations? I said maybe 2 times, 4 times, one said 10 times, and he looked at us and said, you shouldn't even remember how many times you are practicing the chemical reactions. That was in class 11, 12th. Maybe you will have to go through that as well. But for now, beta, at least once a week, revising them, writing them down is very, very, very important. Okay. Then beta, revise biology diagrams. Again, diagrams are very important in biology, and we just revise them. Okay, and go through some MCQs to build your concepts. This is to build your concepts. See beta, when you do numericals, when you draw diagrams, all of that is very good, but when you see MCQs, you have to be very specific about your answer, right? And when you give that specific answer, your brain adjusts it to a spot that this is very, very necessary, this is very important, and it's just a point that I have to remember. Okay, so make sure you are practicing MCQs to actually build your concepts to, and you take that with your like heart in your whole life. Okay, so next beta, we have day 5, that is your what? Friday. Okay, now Friday can be a little happening. Okay, you maybe have weekend off, so on Friday you give all in. Okay, on Friday, it's the last day of the week, you have to give all in. I am not giving you a chutti and a holiday on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, but Friday is the hardest. Okay, you have to go through it and you're tired of studying the whole week, but Friday is where your strength becomes your final power, your final weapon, because you know how to push through even when you're tired. Okay, and that is what Friday we are going to use. Okay, so beta, this again we are going to practice the numericals. Now we practiced formulas first, now we are actually going to apply the things. That is where real joy comes in. You practice numericals, you get the answer, and you see, okay, this formula was used like this. Great. Then beta, for chemistry we use solve, assertion, reason questions. Now okay, this is collectively for physics, chemistry and bio. Solve all the numericals, solve assertion, reason questions, very important. It can be very confusing, so you have to practice them. Okay, beta, see, don't get intimidated by all this work. You have lots of time, and I'm not asking you to do all this and like complete the whole chapter in 1 week. No, complete whatever you can in 1 hour. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever you completed in these 3 hours during the three days, you revise them again on Thursday, right? And then you do the numericals, you do the questions on Friday. Done. That's what I'm asking. I'm not asking revise 1 chapter on Monday, 2nd on Tuesday, 3rd on Wednesday, then revise 3 chapters on Thursday, and that too in 1 hour. No, just go through 1 concept, 2 concept, whatever feels like normal to you. Okay, and then start increasing the frequency, start increasing the topics. Okay, that's how you build your brain. Okay, Next we have attempt case-based questions. We know CBSE has told that case-based questions will increase. So there are lots of activities. We have done lots of case-based questions on our channel. So you can go watch that as well. So try to attempt them by yourself. Done. Next beta, try competency based questions. Again, competency based questions will again CBSE has told will be increased in this session, in the next sessions, coming sessions. So you have to start practicing them. The formula you have to focus on the concept, but they'll give you in a story, they'll give you a MCQs which is kind of a story, a question which is kind of a story. So you have to relate that story, that real life story, to a numerical, to a concept, okay, to a formula, which actually tells us why we are actually studying that chapter, where that can be used in our daily life. It just brings us more curiosity, okay. And then on Saturday beta, final day 6. Now for the people who wants to take Sunday off, there will be one more thing added, that is your tests. Okay, if you want to take Sundays off, if you don't want to take Sundays off and you actually want to be in like 1% of the people who are going to sit in the boards, then you shouldn't take Sundays off. But if you want, it's not that bad. This is just the starting. Okay, but my work is to tell you. Done? Now in this, draw the important diagrams. How will you know the important diagrams? PYQs. Okay, we have all the videos on the channel telling you all the important diagrams, so you can go through them, check out which are the important diagrams, which are the important concepts, and start revising them on a very regular basis. Okay, next beta, we have solve previous year questions. Why, ma'am? I don't think I need to tell you, but CBSE repeats the paper a lot. Not the same, but repeats patterns a lot, repeats the kind of questions it gives a lot. Okay, so if you do previous year questions, you have so much idea of how the new questions are going to come. Of course, there are exceptions. Of course, they can go mad about it and give the paper completely different, but we want to prepare ourselves. So we will do previous year questions, revise all the formulas, chemistry plus physics, and a little bit about bio, whatever you had, 1 or 2 basic math. So revise all the formulas, and with that revise where that, in which question, see, you did these numericals on Friday. So maybe try to remember in which numerical you used which kind of formula, what kind of formula, in what way you used that formula in that previous numerical. Okay, and then beta, practice diagram labeling. See, can you see, draw the important diagrams, repeated, solve previous year questions, obviously repeated, revise all the diagrams, practice. So do you see the power of practice? Even the whole PPT is just, you are just reading on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's it. The other days you're just practicing, you're rereading, you're recalling, you're revising. Okay, that's how much power it holds. That's how much power practice, revising, recalling holds. Okay, and that is what you are going to do. And if you follow that, there is nothing that can take that 95% away from you. Okay, that's your Aditi Ma'am's promise to you. Then now on Sundays, if you want to work, now if you don't want to work on Sundays, this is your day to finally test yourself. Take any previous year questions or go to any video. There are so many live sessions of mine on this YouTube channel, right? So go to that, and I have given you so many questions. Pause the video, do that question and see if it is okay or not. So you're testing yourself, you're giving the assessment, and you're seeing if it's true or not, right? Everything in just single packed video. So go watch all the chapters are there. So you go watch whatever chapter you're doing, whatever on that chapter, what numericals and what questions you want to practice, go watch that, and you can practice the questions and take the test. Okay. Next beta, for those who actually do want to give a little bit time on Sunday. Okay, so take a self mock test that the people who took Sunday off did on Saturday, right? Analyze every mistake. This is the most important part. Until you don't analyze the mistakes and don't correct them, the test will be of no use. Okay, so until you improve yourself, until you do good to that mistake, about that mistake, there is no use of that test. So make sure you are learning from your mistake, you are revising it again, and you are giving the test again. Okay, next beta, revise the week topics. Now all throughout the week you have revised everything again and again, and you must know that you keep forgetting this which is the left ventricle of the heart, which is the right ventricle of the heart, what is their functions. So you revise them once more, because that is your week topic now. Okay, and there is no harm in having week topics, so everybody have that. Okay. And beta, one final thing, this you do in the morning, just get it over with on Sunday and take the whole day off, and just at the end, just before revising, plan the next week in the same format. Plan the next week in the same format. And that beta, these are some of the instructions I have for you. Let's say after you have revised all day, this is what this week is going to give you. If you study every day, small hours, I have not asked you to give 5 hours, 6 hours, even 2 hours. I have told you maximum 1 hour. That's just 7 hours in a whole week. And how many hours in a week? There are plenty. Okay, so 24 into 7, do the math. There are plenty number of hours in a week, and I just wanted to give 7 hours to the whole science, not even just one part. Okay, revise more than you learn. So we have learned only 3 days, but we are revising the rest is 4 days. So you know the power of revising. Draw diagrams often. Science is full of diagrams, be it chemistry, physics and biology. So make sure you have good grip on diagrams. Practice questions daily. Even after you are doing Monday, you are doing physics, right? You are going through the concept, but let's just go through the question and it will fit in your brain. And when you finally on Thursday and Friday do the questions, you're like, oh, I saw it on Monday. How should it be done? Let's go through it. Okay, so your mind works in majestic ways, beta. Your mind works in such a way that if you feed it something, it will remember maybe for eternity. But if you feed something else, it will not even remember the next second, right? So how do we make it remember things? By practice, by doing questions, by applying those things to daily lives, right? That's why CBSE has introduced case-based questions, right? So that you can relate those things to the real life. Okay, so these are very important. And beta, read NCERT closely. That's I call NCERT as the Ramban for you, okay, because this NCERT has all the knowledge of the world that you need at this point. Okay, your paper does not come out of the NCERT. That's my promise to you. Okay, so make sure you have good grip on NCERT and understand, beta. Don't memorize. Science is a subject that wants you to understand it. Okay, science is like a small kid who wants you to just listen to them. Okay, pamper them, go to them every day, give them your attention. Okay, so make sure you study science and treat it like a kid and give it all the attention it wants. Not more than 1 hour a day. I didn't ask you that. Okay, but you understand it. You understand how it works, how it throws googlies at you, but still in a very, very good way that make you learn things. Memorize part, maybe a little bit words you have to memorize, or cram, or reactions, or things like some formulas that you have to understand. Reactions you have to cram for now, because your brain will take a little bit of time to reach that level of, you cannot go to and ask that I want to think like a Newton from tomorrow. You can't. You have to build to that, right? You have to teach your brain how to think differently, how to think smartly, to actually think great things. Right? So that is all the things, the golden rules for science. And hence, bacha, these are the summary of what you have to do every day. Okay, starting with Monday, physics, chemistry, bio, mixed revision, numericals, PYQs and test plus analysis. So you will be reading NCERT. Okay, these 3 days you will be reading NCERT, doing concept videos, and you will be doing formulas for physics and chemistry, reactions in chemistry, reactions and label diagrams, and keywords and theory in biology. Then Thursday, beta, all the mixed questions and solve some MCQs. Then assertion reason questions, numerical, case based, competency based questions, PYQs, important diagrams, formula revision, and then testing yourself. Okay, beta. Then after you did all that, you finally are in the category of giving small efforts that are resulting in big damn results. Okay, and if you're watching this video till the end and you are very serious about it, let me know in the comment section that ma'am, yes, I will be consistent, and that's how I will know that you have actually watched the video till the end. Okay, that separates you from 95% of the population. Trust me on this. Okay, this is your Aditi ma'am and giving an advice from my heart to yours. Okay, I'll meet you in the next one. Stay consistent, stay powerful, and have fun, most importantly. Okay, bye.